Live from McKaysville, Georgia. This is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the afternoon swing trading floor with your humble host, Jeremy Alexander Newsome, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you love life, and trade it. What is going on, folks? Jason, Nancy, what up? Pablito, how's it going, man? Amy Powers is smiling from ear to ear today. Manhar has just been absolutely dominating the markets. How are you doing, buddy? Jay says, yellow. Philip Williams, how's it going? Mike, what up, what up, what up? Hope life is doing incredible. Bobby K says, what's up? Oscar, everyone's saying hi. Welcome to Thursday, Transportation Thursday. Type in a 1 if you're excited. Go look at the markets with me today. Let's go do it. So, we got Augusted today in the best way possible, in the most superfluous way we could possibly get Augusted. So my 350 target to be in cash, to sell it all, high of the day was 349.90. We missed it by 10 cents. So a lot of people were sad that this price was just quote unquote randomly chosen, and they want some fibs to come up with a new target, because as you all know, if I ever miss a target by mere pennies, I have to create another one. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Let's go look at some fibs and create some rotations and figure out where we're gonna go from here. All right, so this will get changed, so I'll get that one. Okay, let me use this one. Perfect. There we go. 354.41 is the new target, and that will be, if we hit that before the retreat gets here, I will be in cash for the retreat. All right, retreat is 9.4. Okay, there we go, folks. I'm selling everything if it's profitable, except crypto. So I got asked about 46 times today in the morning room what I would sell. And people, I don't think people believe me that I'm gonna sell everything. But I will sell it all. If it's profitable, if it's green, I will sell it. So that's gonna be 354.41 is the new price target for me. And again, if that doesn't hit, then that's fine. I'll just keep increasing it. So it's pretty much what I got on SPY. I mean, again, just to reiterate, the reason I'm doing it is because look, the market is up 60%. Jill says not long-term, everything. I'll sell long-terms, I'll sell all of it. Apple, Tesla, Square, everything. If it's profitable, I'm going to get out. So the market's up 60% since March, ladies and gentlemen, which I believe is the biggest move in market history.
Market data connection lost.
Oh boy. Sorry, let me minimize. He always yells at me. It's a lot. It's a lot. We're very, very high. We're very high. So my overall thought process is like, let us just get some kind of pullback, something like that would be great. That's all I need. I'm down to buy it. I just want to buy a pullback. So 354.41 is the new target on the SPY, and I'll update that. I'll be putting that everywhere, all over the internet, and it's kind of a plan. Pablo says, someone threw a knife from the top of the Empire State Building and Jay caught it in the air. We're definitely going to go look at QDEL. That was really, really fun. So we'll look at that trade today. That was one of the best fades in a long time. Walmart, we can look at Walmart. All right, cool. Let's go check it out. First on the list is Cloudera. And I love this inside candle today. I really like the bullish trend. I do have a covered call expiring tomorrow. and I don't think that's going to expire worthless. Sorry. I do think it's going to expire worthless tomorrow. If it doesn't, I don't mind selling at 13. It'll be a profit, but I think it will. I think it'll expire worthless. So my plan on this one, as of now, I'm gonna start writing it in, is I have 5,000 shares of this. So what I plan on doing is selling 20 $14 September calls, selling 20 $15 October calls, and buying 10 $10 October puts. It's my current plan. So a little bit of a dynamic color because we're in the money, we're profitable. I'll buy some puts at 10 for October just in case, and kind of go from there. Jason says, I took the Tastyworks referral bonus of $150 and bought June 2021 Cloudera Leaps. Nice, man. They're not expensive. Yeah, they're not pricey at all. So I think that's a cool plan. And Jacob says, if you sell a call, do you need 100 shares per contract? Yes, sir. So that's kind of my plan on this one, on CLDR. We'll see if anything happens and kind of where we get, but I like the overall move. Again, the daily chart looks good. The moving averages look pretty okay. My plan on the puts is if it gapped down, I would sell those puts for a profit and then rebuy again. So I would sell the puts and rebuy some more shares down there, and then just start and then buy to close these covered calls, and then just kind of rinse and repeat. And I'd have to wait another month or two, maybe even 3, for that trade to become profitable. They have increased earnings every single time, and so I'm interested to see what's going to happen. Again, a lot of people are seemingly laughing that this trade has been taking quote unquote forever, but it's taken all of 6 weeks. So, double bottom on a weekly chart, double bottom on a monthly chart, moving averages look good. We'll see what happens. So I'm doing my best to be patient, and that's pretty much it. All right, Apple. Oh, by the way, would I sell Cloudera if the SPY hits? And the answer is yes, because I am profitable on it as of right now. I did add some shares on this pullback, so I am profitable. Victor says, what's a good selling target? Do this. Sell some covered calls. 15 October or 14 September. Menhar says, what's your average buy price? My average buy price is $12.29 on Cloudera. That's my average cost. All right, CLDR, cool. Apple today closed at $500.04. We had a closing contest on Apple, and it's coming into the split. So bottom line, it's just going to rest a little bit. It hasn't even hit the 10 EMA. I mean, it's only added the, $800 billion of market cap since earnings. No big deal, right? Just a little measly, paltry $800 billion. So let it at least hit the 10. So if you're looking at really getting in heavy on Apple, just wait, be a little patient, give it some time, let it just chill out and do its thing. But it's already hit 500 as a target. So yeah, see what's going to happen. Philip, I will be looking at QDEL later today. Jill says, I just could not sell my Apple. Hey, that's okay. I can easily sell Apple. I can definitely do that. So yeah, we'll find out if that's what happens. And again, splits right around the corner. So you're about to get all of your shares valued at $125. And then, most likely we'll go a little bit higher. But look at this chart on Apple. I mean, this is almost parabolic. It's one of the most parabolic moves I've ever seen on Apple, actually. So it's very, very, very up there. Really, 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 really high. So yeah, so there's gonna be a nice little calm in the storm, a little bit of a pullback gonna happen soon on Apple. So buy low, sell high, right? All right, Match, MTCH, Match Group. This one had earnings tonight, I believe, and let's see if it's gapping up. Nope, maybe it's tomorrow morning. Match. So right now it's just chilling. We'll see what happens on earnings, but bottom line, if it gaps up above 116, it would be bullish. And if it gaps down, I would probably look to fade the gap. The trend's been extremely strong. The chart trend looks nice. I would love to buy it at 92, but with COVID, I think online dating will continue to be a thing. It'll continue to surge. It's a good trend, good chart, good fundamentals. Be a bull. Tyler says the earnings date is wrong. That was a few weeks ago. It makes sense. It makes sense that gap right here is earnings. So good old Tinder. That's right. Again, if you're looking at being in it, I would if you're buying here, just do so very, very small size. I would really prefer to buy it down at 92, the low 92s. All right, so that is Match Group. Next on the list, Datadog, DDOG. And Datadog, we did get the gap yesterday that we were waiting for. And so some traders made some money on that on a day trade. Otherwise, this retest gap has retested and it has filled. You had a nice shooting star upper shadow bear candle yesterday. And so if you played that for a quick little bearish move, well done. That was kind of cute. But other than that, I'm just waiting on Datadog. So I'm glad it filled the retest gap. This is kind of like a buying zone for DDOG, and that's kind of what I'm waiting for, is it to come back down there before I'm in. I don't have any position on Datadog right now. I'm waiting it out, letting it do its thing, letting it trade sideways, and I want to buy it lower is what I'm thinking. All right, iRobot with Will Smith. So iRobot slowly grinding. Slowly grinding. So I know that there are a few traders in on iRobot. It hasn't hit the 100 on the daily in a bit. So that's probably the next thing for it to do, is trade down there, let it bounce off, and then again, just slowly inch its way higher. Right now, the weekly chart still looks pretty good. You're just right on top of both the 100 and 200, and they have crossed. They are on top of each other. They are the exact opposite of what you would want your snow skis to do if you were skiing. That is not a good look right there. So let it just do its thing. If you're in it, stay in it. I don't see any massive reversal signals. They look terrifying, but it can easily trade down to that 100, then bounce off the 100. So if you're looking at buying it off the 100, I think you could lower your limit buy probably down to here and lower your stop loss a little bit and see if you can buy it off that 100. All right, we've already looked at Apple. That was fun. Boeing, ticker symbol BA. So Boeing had an amazing gap today. Philip Williams allegedly has a covered call, and I think he probably has bought that back at some point today, or he sold another one. Got some November put sales down here, which again, those are a little bit profitable right now. Those are something that I would also buy back if and when SPY hits the target. But Boeing, it is a good gap on Boeing. I don't mind the fact that it closed like a bearish candle. But bottom line, I think it does show general strength that it gapped up today. So the weekly chart still holding out okay. You are battling that 20 EMA from the bottom, and it's a big giant upper shadow, but the moving averages are still trading sideways. So my plan would be, if Boeing gaps up tomorrow morning, it actually could be another good bullish day trade, especially if it opens above 176. So if it opens above 176, play it again. That's my thoughts on Boeing. I know Steve played it for a bullish day trade. Put sales have been working out really cool on Boeing, and Philip is just hedging with options. He got at least 100 shares, selling some call options against it, and just trying to be cool, calm, and collected. So good job, Mr. Philip Williams. High five, bro. All right, next on the list is Net, aka Cloudflare, and I like the candle today. So I haven't had to buy any protective puts yet. I will cancel this order for now. So I'm going to go in and cancel the order to buy low, and I do have an order to buy 100 shares if it breaks out up here. Buy 100 shares. Newsome adding. Now again, what if net breaks out and, you know, comes up to here and SPY hits my target, what do you guys think I'm going to do? Am I going to sell this one? The answer is yes. I'm selling everything. I will sell all of it. If it is profitable and I own it in a portfolio other than cryptos, it will be sold. Cryptos don't count. Manhar, when's your expiration on that one, buddy? I think you and Edward and Edgar have the same one. September. Okay. Cool deal. So the September 45. I mean, what a cool spot to get exercised. I don't know if that's going to happen, but if it does, you know, cool. I do like the hammer candle today. I do like the general trend. You know, we haven't had to buy any protective puts yet, which is nice. Those are going to be 35 September, but what I'll do sometime next week, if the market doesn't just absolutely crumble, is increase that level. So anyway, that's pretty much it. That's kind of what I'm thinking. That is what I'm thinking. So Cloudflare, we will see. I like the overall trend. DJ's got a put sale down there at 32 for September, so he's sitting pretty right now. Cool, cool. All right, QDEL, QDEL. So QDEL lost some type of contract with the government, maybe? This one was the best fade that I've had in a long time. But secondly, this one was an Abbot Laboratories news. Abbot Laboratories came out that they secured some type of like new testing strip for COVID, and QDEL apparently didn't get that bid, so that stock dropped dramatically. Now, what's really interesting is this stock was at 300 and some change recently, and we were looking at it, it was down 55% in the last 3 weeks. So if you're looking right now, we know that the market is extremely, extremely high. So what I'm looking for is things that are low. And this thing was down 55% realistically for no reason. At one point down today, it was down 38%. And look where it traded into. Guess who was buying off that 200 simple? Yeah. We were doing it in the morning day trading room, baby. It was such a good one. Oh, because this was one that we've been talking about up here. We were like, let's get in bullish, you know? And I was like, well, let's just wait for a little bit. And then today it was gapping down 30. It was down 38% at the 200. I was like, well, it's worth it. Is at least try worthy. So, I'll go look at the swing trade in just a second, but check out the cutest bear trap candle. We gotta do it on the 3 minute. Hold on, 3 minute. All right. So that volume came in, nice lower shadow. That was some of the biggest volume of the day. This one right here, nice lower shadow. I was like, okay, that could be it. Let's see if we can get one more candle, and there's the hammer. So when you're getting in, this like green line, that was the 200 simple. So this was right where the 200 simples was, and the stop was way down here at 132. So it was a $6 stop. I mean, it was massive. It was really, really huge. But this is a volatile stock. Volatile. Really, really volatile. And anyway, so that candle came in, and that was a nice little hammer. And then these two candles came in, and I was like, that's when we made this official. I was like, all right, that's a no-brainer. So it became official at that point in time. It came down, made one more final low, perfect little doji, Morningstar reversal, inside candle, and then pop. And then bam, just absolute machine work on this one. Look at that thing, just flew. Kept on going too. I mean, just a really, really nice one. So anyway, that thing definitely bounced, and that was really cool. Jason says one of the best day trades of 2020. Yeah, it was a fun one. So here's what I'm thinking. Based on this candle, I think a lot of us are like, yeah, this should be a good opportunity for a Swing trade. I agree. I think you're going to get a little selling when people come and check their brokerage statements. Like, why is QDEL down? Minhar says, how do you find out about overnight orders? What do you mean overnight orders? So when this thing is gapping down, I'm thinking that something like this could occur. So that's kind of what I'm planning. But yeah, this could absolutely be an opportunity, folks. Look at this weekly. I mean, this chart, this company's been around like forever, like 1996. Look at this trend. I mean, a little parabolic. I agree. A little high. That's kind of why I want to wait. But this one, I mean, fundamentally, a lot of people like it. People are a fan. You know, good fundamentals, good industry, good sector, and you had a massive, massive pullback. So I think that there is some opportunities out there on this one that we can keep an eye on. Yeah. So that's my thoughts on QDEL. We will continue to keep on the list. This is the weekly chart, and the weekly chart we just came right down to the 50 EMA on a weekly. So I think we can come back down there again. I'm gonna look at it on the list next week. I'll be back in Nashville next week. Also, we have the put it over there. We have the day trading class starts next week. So I'll put down the list for Tuesday. QDEL. Muhammad says it's square on the list. Nope, I'll put on the list for tomorrow. Okay, next on the list is Walmart. WMT, and Walmart's doing what Walmart does. Shouldn't be a shocker. This is the weekly chart. Trend looks great. Daily chart, huge volume coming in. Apparently, the market loves TikTok news. Any company that potentially is going to be buying out TikTok, the market loves it. So I don't even know if that's true or not, but Walmart news and information was made that Walmart was going to buy TikTok. I don't know why Walmart would buy TikTok. That doesn't really make much sense, but you know, why not? So anyway, Walmart is just slowly continuing higher. You know, it's Walmart. Jay says Kodak is going to buy TikTok. There you go. Terry says, so Walmart and Microsoft are going to be buying it, apparently. So I don't know. Jeff says Walmart is teaming with Microsoft for TikTok. Interesting. Walmart and Microsoft are buying TikTok. Huh. Jason says, my brother forgot he had shares of Walmart and sold into that news today. Okay, cool deal. I can dig that. Well, I mean, it's Walmart, so I'm a fan. They're not going to do anything egregiously awful business-wise right now, I don't think. And every time I go into this company is still just churning and burning. By the way, if you want to back trade a hellaciously tough period of time, look at this distribution phase for 12 years on Walmart. Look at that. And then it broke out, it retested it, and then boom. That's why Walmart's been so strong. Broke out of a 12-year distribution phase. It just sat on the shelves for 12 years, and then perfect Dow theory, perfect wave count. Anyway, Walmart looking good. Okay, next on the list, PLS. What is PLS? PLS. Maybe I missed something. Maybe it's PLSE. Pulse Biosciences. Stuck in between the 200 and 100. Daily and weeklies in a bear downtrend. I'd probably wait on it and or cross your fingers and hope that it can at some point gap out of there. But unless that does, I wouldn't do anything with Pulse. Looks like a dead fish in the water. Ticker symbol ADP, Automatic Data Processing. Been around for semi-forever. And it is working on bouncing off of the weekly. So if you're looking at playing ADP, it's my opinion, based on the charts, that it's a good pullback into the 200. Again, it's been around for a long time. So buy low, sell high. Trend looks good. Tiptoe in on this one if you're playing it. I don't see anything too insane about what I would like to do on automatic data processing, but of course, if it can gap above here or close above here, I think it's worth buying the pullback, and it looks really good. And the trend looks pretty. So ADP looking strong. RKT. So this one just kind of keeps hanging out. So RKT mostly chilling. It's out of resistance, and I would like it to trade sideways for a little bit longer. I wouldn't want to buy this one too early in the morning. So if you're looking at playing this one bullish, you probably want to get in later in the day after that initial volatility. But yeah, right now, I mean, I'm game to play something on it. Pressure is building. This looks like a very nice flag. So if it can gap up again tomorrow, I think looking at it later in the day tomorrow, if it shows some type of strength and has a little bit of a bull candle, I think we could play Rocket. They pre-released earnings, and I don't think we necessarily have to worry about that, but I'll put down the list for tomorrow. We can just keep an eye on it, see what it does. Okay, next on the list is ULTA. And this is an extremely strong gap. So ULTA's up huge. And I mean, massive, massive gap, up 20%, huge open. And you're going to run into some long term. So there could be a slight fade tomorrow, but it's definitely worth at least putting on your list to play some kind of way. Maybe you fade it, maybe you long it. There's going to be a lot of opportunities to play ULTA Beauty tomorrow, but I like it. If it can pull back down to, because if you go back to the 200 on the weekly, right, you're just right in the middle. So this would be a potential resistance. This could be a potential support. Definitely going to be a fun one to play, but it will be a relatively strong gap. ULTA can move. This is the stock that I had to dye my hair on, if you guys remember. So I said over here that ULTA would drop much, much lower, and it did not. And it ran higher, and then it dropped. So I thought that was silly me, thinking that that double top in 2017 was going to work out. On a weekly chart, nonetheless. Look at this weekly chart. Look at that. Perfect double top. I was like, all right, guys, look at the volume. I was like, okay, it looks like we're going to get, nope, just made new highs. It's been strong. Lucian says, why would you ever think that? Dude, I'm telling you, man, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. But we did get triggered into camping worldwide, CWH. And this one, again, is it a double top? Probably not, but we're most likely going to get stopped out on this one. It's a short trade playing a double top. But hey, we got almost the exact high with a half an hour today. So we'll see. I like the entry that we had, and I agree with Jacob. You know, if it goes down, cool. If it doesn't, cool. But I like the setup. So here's the moving averages on the daily chart, and, you know, we're below them. So I think if we give it enough time, one of two things can occur. Well, obviously one of three things, but if we go down lower, we'll get in with the breakout. If we go up higher, I'll cancel this trade. I'll short another half an hour. And then if we roll over a little bit, I'll lower the stop so that worst case scenario, we lose like 0.7 hours. Or, you know, if we do get a drop on this, so let's hypothetically say that Camping World does this, trades into here, and then the SPY hits 354. What do you guys think? Am I going to sell it? Or let me get out of it? And the answer would be yes, I would get out of it because it would be a profitable trade, so I'd have to buy it back. But I would get out. Yep. I would get out because it'd be a profitable trade, SPY at my target. That is my current plan. So Camping World, we're in it. Let's see what happens. Roku, Robert Falco had a pretty decent day trade on Roku today, just kind of playing the fade since it's been so strong. Sam is in some long calls and sold some 200 January call options against it. Volatility died down a little bit today. He also got out of his 125, 130 bull put spread. So Roku, this is going to be a fun one for credit spread fans and for option sellers. I think this volatility is going to be here for a little bit, and you got to keep your eyes on Roku, because if you guys think this is done, you haven't traded the stock market before. Roku is just getting going. This is just starting to move. So you got the gap, you got the volume, you got the candle. Look at this weekly chart. I mean, is this weekly chart not perfect? Look at this amazing, amazing consolidation. Moving averages look really clean. You're closing above resistance. It looks strong. Looks like an inverted head and shoulders pattern. You got higher lows. And it's not like the advanced class did a wave count that was so scaringly, shockingly good back on Roku at 103 that it looks good. Zochi says, when you say you're getting out of everything, does it include long-term IRA accounts? Yes, ma'am, it does. Yep. Jacob says, do you think we will continue to move sideways or break out? We'll move sideways a little bit, but we'll eventually break out on Roku. It's just going to be a matter of time. Edward says, is a November call option too short? It's a good question. Oh, you already have one? No, if you're already in it, did you get it yesterday? Got it today. Okay. I think it's fine, man. I would say if it closes above this resistance, give it until September 9th or 10th to close above that resistance. If it closes above this in the next 2 weeks, hold, you should be good to go. If it doesn't, start either looking at potentially selling calls against it or just increasing the stop on it. But the pressure is building on Roku, folks. Keep your eyes peeled. Ring Central, RNG. So Bob made his money on this one, and right now it's sideways. So Ring Central, trading sideways, not doing a whole heck of a lot. And yeah. Buy it when it comes back down to 255, I guess. If you're looking at playing Ring Central. Good trade on that one, Bob. Well done. FNGU. Microsectors FANG Index 3X ETN. Hello. Wow. Never seen this ETF before in my life. The good old 3X leveraged. Going from 114 to 20. And then from 20 to 200. Yeah. This market is perfectly safe. There's nothing bad that can happen in this market. Super calm. Manhar says, what's the symbol? Ticker symbol FNGU. Yeah, so anyway, trends, I would wait on that one. I wouldn't be buying a whole lot up here. Give that one a little bit of time. Craig says, looks like Tesla. Yep, and Tesla also needs to have a little bit of a pullback very soon. All right, CHWY, CHWY. Love the candle yesterday, made a new all-time high. Just kind of retested today for the most part. Brittany Turner has a 75 covered call for September over earnings. Trend looks good, chart looks good, company looks good, weekly chart's pretty, and it's a nice looking trend. That's pretty much it. If that covered call expires on CHWY, I heard that she'll sell another one for October or November. So CHWY, that's what I got. Next on the list, DraftKings. I did get out too early, and I'm just going to blame August on that. But we won on DraftKings with a weekly options newsletter. Hooray! So 2 small wins in a row. We did lose on Snapchat, but we lost small. So we won on AMD and we won on DraftKings. That's helping add to the averages for August. So that was a cool win. It gapped down. We got filled at 4, and some people sold at 5. Some people sold at 550, and some people held all the way to the target today and won an R on DraftKings. However you played it, congratulations. Looks really nice. And good trade. That was cool. Very nice. So weekly chart, you got the high wave candle on the weekly. DraftKings looks good. chart looks nice. And that analysis that Robert Falco and Dan Jansen did on this one too is playing out swimmingly. All right, so that's DraftKings. Next on the list, LVGO. And LVGO still looks good. TDOC allegedly going to be buying this one out, and that ticker will be the way of the dodo bird at some point, and owners of shares of LVGO will get some of TDOC. So right now, trend looks good, and TDOC also does not look bad at all. So TDOC, I mean, some small white candles in a row. I like it. I know a few people are in TDOC shares, and a few people are playing it. If you're playing it, I think you could buy some positions on some pullbacks here. Snag some here, right? Half an R and half an R, and then just set a stop loss down there, something like that. So it looks good. Minhar says TDOC left the station. Not yet. It's still it's pulling away from the station, but I mean, it had a great candle over here. Nice gap and go. Nice looking move. So gaining momentum. I agree. Gaining some momentum. TDOC does not look bad. Lita says, doesn't an ETN offer the same shareholder less protection than an ETF? Yeah, pretty much. I don't have any position of that 3x ETN, but that is my assumption and of that position. Yep, you were correct. So they're really fun for day trading, and they're really fun for short-term swings, but for very long-term positions, I think 3x leveraged are something you want to be a little bit cautious on. Bobby K says, I bought TDOC off of 200. Nice, Bobby K. Stay in it. Looks good. All right. Let's go look at ISRG. ISRG. Intuitive Surgical. Another one that looks solid. So Intuitive Surgical, again, brilliant trend. Type in a 6 in the chat pane if you know what this phase of the market's called. And then type a 7 into the chat pane if you know what this phase of the market is called. Yeah. So anyone who's playing Intuitive Surgical, there you go. Dow Theory 101, straight up layup. Hashtag LeBron James. Staying bullish. Public participation is here. Buy the dip. Stay long. Next on the list is the chosen one, NEO, ticker symbol NIO. And NEO is just hanging out today. Perfect inside candle. I did not fade it today. I did fade it yesterday for the smallest of wins. And NEO's just kind of hanging out. So the crazy part is if this thing continues, stay long. I know Manhar is in heavy on some calls, and he's just smiling ear to ear. So good job, Manhar. And it's a great breakout. I mean, it is. It's a very strong breakout. It closing above all these candles, right? Weekly chart. You got the pennant pattern here. So any kind of pullback could be strong. Based on a chart perspective, it looks nice, team. It does. Based on pure chart perspective, it looks quite solid. So it seems to me that this is a wave 5, and we'll get a small ABC correction before too long, and then back off we go. Again, the pullback that I'm expecting is not going to be like an astronomically abrasive one. Good old 7 or 8%, some sideways action for a month or two, and then we go back off to the races. All right, cool. So that's NEO. Next on the list, Nuance Communication and NUAN pulling back. It was an all-time high, so it just needs a little bit of a rest. All right, we looked at it yesterday. Chart looks good. Trend looks good. Fundamentals look good. Company looks good. By the pullback, new all-time highs. Voice intelligence company, voice transcription, voice subscribing, things of that nature. And yeah, at the present moment, you know, it doesn't look bad. So anyway, that is NUAN. Lita says, isn't an ETN considered to be somewhat less safe than an ETF? Yes, ma'am. Marginally, extremely little, but that there is that consideration. Yep. All right. So again, Nuance Communications trends bullish. I'm not in any position on this one. Buy as low as you can because again, all-time high was literally today. All right. We've already looked at Datadog. Let's go look at what's the next one? Pinduoduo. Pinduoduo. Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Looks like that's getting us set up. Hourly chart. I bet we could do one of those stop limit and then limit buys on this one. Because again, it's not like we necessarily need the trade. So we could do a stop and then a lower limit. All right, so let's do the stop at 90.10. And then we'll do a limit at 89.33. That way we can put the stop loss at 81.33. Okay, Steven, yeah, it's gonna be really easy to play XPEV, but I'll put it on the list because that one should be very simple to analyze. Okay, Jacob says, with the expectation of the market pullback, do you look for stocks that have already had a big pullback like this one? Yes, yeah, that's what I was mentioning on QDEL as well. Looking for stocks that are low. So Micron Technology is another one. Yep, but Beyond Meat's another one. So looking for stocks that have a little bit more room to go. CLDR, ironically enough, is also in one. So when the market has a pullback, the market's going to look for money to sell, but it's also going to look for things that they can rotate the money into that are low, potentially. All right, so Pinduoduo, that's my present plan on it. So looking for the breakout, the retest, and we'll put in the target later. All right. New official swing trade, because we did exit some swing trades today, so we did remove some risk, so that's why I'm popping in some. Right, we exited DraftKings and Snapchat, so those are some R's that have been realized, and the risk is now off the table. Although I wish I held DraftKings a little longer. I would have if I had known the realization of what Snapchat was doing. Would have held a little bit longer. Okay, retest gap, opening is not triggered yet. Okay, cool deal. So Pinduoduo, we'll see. I like the hammer. It looks pretty. Next on the list is, where are we going? MU. So Micron is nice and down today. So this one, I did not set up Ricky's weekly options newsletter, mostly because I forgot. So that's really about it. I got a put sale on Micron. I don't mind owning shares of Micron. I think Micron's nice and low. Did anyone get filled on Micron weekly options? I'm assuming it filled today. That's my assumption. I don't know if you got, I literally just forgot to take this trade. 225. I know Lita was asking about it in an email. Chris D says it did not fill. Weird. Okay. Strange. This is exactly what he wanted, and it makes tons of sense. Good buy on Micron down here, longer term. Yep. Longer term. Looks pretty good. So anyway, this is one of those stocks that I'm keeping a very close eye on. I got the put sale, so I don't mind owning shares. So give me some shares. I'm all for it. And then if it gaps up tomorrow, play it long. I wanted to fade this one. I had it on my list to fade, but I was just a giant turkey all day on Micron. Perfect tweezer bottom right here too, 43.67 by 43.67. Chris, how did I miss that? How did I not get in there or stop right there? I mean, what am I doing wrong? Perfect tweezer. Oh well. Live to trade another day. Did not lose today. Today was a small winning day. So 3 small winning days in a row. Micron, that's my thoughts on Micron pretty much. BETZ, BETZ, this one's looking nice. Got called away at an $18 August covered call, and this has been a good ETF. So Lita loves her ETFs. This is an ETF, and this is one that I did have a position in. I did play it, and we did get called away, and that was a nice little move. So now I'm just waiting for a pullback with the general market on BETZ, and if it pulls back, that one could be one that I might get back into. That was kind of a cool little play. I liked it. An ETF that I think we would assume is going to go higher in time, right? All right, so BETZ, buy the dip. Next on the list, AT&T, and it's AT&T. Yawnzilla. Welcome to Yawnville. Population AT&T. Doing absolutely jack squat. So this is the monthly chart if you adjust it for dividends, right? AT&T pays a relatively healthy dividend. Look at how well this thing respects its long terms. I mean, look at that beauty. So if you're buying it, apparently the monthly adjusted for dividends chart is the way to play it. Otherwise, womp, womp, womp. Obviously, you can break out higher, but you're just going to have to accumulate it. Okay, team, ticker symbol TEAM is Rampage Jackson. This thing is smoking dirt, and I mean, it is strong. Yesterday's candle was the time to get in on the close. I didn't play it. I'm not in at all. You're either going to get in on the close or you're going to buy the retest, which would have filled. This is the previous resistance pivot. This is the breakout. That's the candle. That's the volume. Closing above this volume, the stock's going to go higher. Buy the dip, and let's go. Oscar says, that's my request. I got in last week. Nicely done, brother. So I would say hold through that retest and then sell it as high as you can because it looks good, man. That one looks really pretty. Weekly chart looks good. Chart looks good. Trend looks good. Target 190, says Oscar. All right. I'll throw you on that. You're going to hit that tomorrow, I think, bro. I think you're going to hit that tomorrow. So let's make it, how about you make it 190.45? Try another 45 cents. Why not? All right, so team looking good. I'll come back to that tomorrow and see if that hit for Oscar, and if not, we'll slowly keep creeping that target up, my man. All right, next on the list is XPEL, XPEL, coming back a little bit more. So I'm happy to see this one retrace. I really am. It needs to. I'm glad it is. Look at this inverted head and shoulders pattern. Beautiful. Really good inverted head and shoulders pattern. Could easily pull back to that price. I would love it if it does. This one looks a little bit more fadeable than longable right now, in my opinion. I don't have any position in this one. I'm just going to keep waiting on it, but let it keep trading down and fading down a little bit. Let's let it get into that low $22 price range before we do anything on that one. YRCW, hanging out. Again, I was talking about this one as a potential pullback candidate, and this stock is low, low, low. I mean, this thing is, as far as low, I mean, like the monthly chart, like it is rough. It is rough sauce McGee. But what I'm looking at, what I'm thinking on this one is I love the close of this candle. I really would like a pullback to 377. In fact, if I go back to this chart, I would be okay playing this as a swing trade. Is this an ocean transportation stock? Transportation and trucking, yeah. YRC worldwide, wide. I think so, man. Oscar says, I deal with them, LOL. So Oscar, is this a stock that we should be in or what? Can you give us some inside scoops, dude? Insider trading, maybe? If it closes like this on Monday of next week, I'll set that up official. YRCW. Got it. All right, Southwest Airlines. I'm gonna love getting called away on this one at 40 in September if it happens. My new trigger for some protective puts is gonna be right here. So if we close below this is where I'll buy some protective puts just to have them. I will only buy half, so it's gonna be a dynamic collar, and that will be for September, and it'll be $30 puts. I'm hoping to get called away at 40 for September, and that would be 15 Rs if that happens, but it won't happen until September. And Southwest will be one of those that I will sell if SPY hits the target. So anyway, we'll see, but I like the gap up, and you know, it's showing some strength. The weekly chart looks really good, and it is Southwest. It's my favorite airline of the airlines. CVAC, CureVac. Looks like CureVac is not curing anything right now. So CureVac, keep waiting on it. Don't see anything great on that, so we'll just kick that can down the road. I'll put on the list for Tuesday. Next on the list is Shift 4 Payments and Shift 4 Payments. I'm just gonna keep waiting on. I like the industry. I get it. It's a hot sector. I should have asked our payment solutions person a little bit more about this company. I forgot. I can always email them. I just want a little bit more of a pullback on it. I've been saying that on a lot of things, so I know that. I'm trying to wait for more pullbacks. So I'm gonna put down the list for next Tuesday, and we'll go a little bit lower. Delta today had a perfect gap, and ran up early this morning. Did make some new highs. We had some traders hit some targets, and then it just kind of reversed a little bit. But airlines, watch them again, right? Today, I think it was a little bit of a trappy trap because some people bought there, and obviously they got hosed when it broke the low of the day, below the opening range. So I think they got trapped, and now the airlines are going to start moving. So I kind of think that airlines are going to gap up again tomorrow and be a little bit more bullish than bearish. It's a perfect gap on Delta today. It's a phenomenal open. So any kind of strength, I mean, again, we all know that Delta can recover. If it does go to zero, it's going to be a while, and I never got to my 1501 puke order on Delta. I was hoping it would. But in general, you know, nice gap. Excited to see that one kind of return to normalcy and be a little bit more bullish than bearish. Here's SPR, so Spirit Aero Systems. This will be the other one that I will go into. I will sell if SPY hits a good position. Right now, down on it, very little. Very little. So if it starts moving up even a little bit, I can go profitable on that one. And all thanks to the pyramid getting filled the second position. I haven't gotten filled in the third and fourth one yet, though. So Spirit Aero Systems doing its thing. Virgin Galactic. I'm going to keep waiting on Virgin Galactic. Nothing yet. Stuck in between the long-term moving averages. NIU Technologies. Nope. Looks like we can keep waiting on that one. I'll put down the list for Tuesday of next week. Next on the list, Thor Industries. Thor Industries. Again, it probably would be an okay trade to short, and it might work, but Thor is a little too strong for me to short long term. It's a pretty good blue chip stock. I don't think dividends are coming up until after earnings, but I'm going to wait. I'm just going to wait. I'm not going to short that. I'd rather buy it lower. I want to short something like Camping Worldwide. Who's buying from there? VIAV. I did want to wait one more day for this one, and I'm glad we did. I like that candle. I like the volume. That'll get made official if it's still hanging out on Friday, which is tomorrow. Next on the list is OSH. OSH, Oak Street Health. Look at this little thing. Good old Oak Street Health, random, super random stock. That's one of those that we could probably do a super low limit and higher stop. Let me pop in here to the hourly. Yeah, I think I could do it because the volume on this one's not amazing. So we could do a stop at 46.30. And then the limit, we could probably throw in a relatively low limit, 44.40. Almost $2 lower. And that could allow our stop to be 39.40. Because it's not like we necessarily need the trade. So, I mean, if it runs without us, fine. But I could dig that. Oak Street Health. It's pretty much what we want. Turn the extended hours off. There we go. Gonna figure out how to turn these session lines off. No, I don't love them. All right, I'll set that up officially just because I love the hammers and I love trading new IPOs. Bow, 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 bow. New official swing trade. OSH. All right, next on the list. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. Because again, we removed some risk by exiting some of our trades recently. And ONEM has come back to profitable. Shares, I think it's a good trade based on the retest gap. Open, it's not triggered yet. And awesome. Free health, done and done. Next on the list, AVLR, Avalara, and whew, that's a nice little inside candle. That looks pretty. AVLR. Let me go into this hourly. Same thing. I'm doing this a lot. I don't want it to break out and then pull back into here. Let me give that one more day. If it still looks good tomorrow, I can definitely set that up. It is a retest gap on an hourly, so I kind of would want to buy the retest. I want to buy it a little bit lower. Like if I was going to get in, I should be in today at 126. A little bit more of an expensive stock, but it looks interesting. I like it. I do. AVLR. Okay, next on the list, we've already looked at QDEL. Beyond the Meat, already had XPEV on the list. Okay, so Beyond the Meat finally gapped up today. I had some bull put spreads. They're going to expire worthless tomorrow, which is nice. And this was the best day trade gap of the day. So if you're in Beyond Meat, keep holding. This is a good sign. Upper shadow is not amazing. The fact that it enclosed in that Bollinger Bands, I don't love that it enclosed above there. But most of the traders who are in Beyond Meat, I told them this morning to sell some calls against their shares, creating a covered call on Beyond Meat. And Beyond Meat pays a lot of premium. So I think that this one's trying to slowly start getting going. I like the fact that it bounced. I like the volume. We'll keep an eye on Beyond Meat. We'll watch it pretty closely over the next 2 or 3 days. But I do like it to continue higher. XPEV just sold off all day. So cool. We'll look at that more on Monday. It'll probably gap up small today, but if it takes out the high of today's candle, that'll be a pretty bullish signal. It'll probably gap up tomorrow and be a little bit of an inside day, and then Monday we could maybe play that on XPEV. Overstock, OSTK, finally pulling back. So I was looking to short it on the 25th, didn't short it on the 26th, and today was the day to short Overstock. And I missed this one somehow. Literally perfect setup on the 5-minute chart. Breakdown, retest, gorgeous. Good news though, folks, we get to blame Edward for missing this one. I don't know how I missed that gap, but it's all Edward's fault and not mine. But he got me QDEL. It is 100% correct, so we can call it even. Yep. Zeus says, I've been waiting for this pullback. Good. Good. It is pulling back. It needs to. It was way too high. So yeah, it could go a little bit lower, down into like 90 and some change. But with this volatility, I mean, if you were looking at selling puts, this would be the time. But this is a relatively strong close, folks. So I'm actually going to wait, and I would look to Overstock to continue lower a little bit. This might be it. This might be the pullback that we need back into the 50. So I'm only going to play this as a day trade short, not a swing trade. Not a swing trade, but yeah, watch it. This could be finally the pullback. Maxion Solar Technologies was a spinoff from SunPower. And so MAXN, Lita had some shares of SPWR, I believe. Was it SPWR or was it something else? Lita says Maxar opened at 32. SPWR, gotcha. SPWR. Yeah, so we got a little bit of a spinoff. I mean, SunPower, SPWR had a really strong gap up from the news. I think this is a great gap, and it's a really if it can close above here on a weekly chart, that should be a great signal to potentially go longer on SPWR. The chart's going to have to be reflected eventually of MAXN, but with the spinoff, don't know anything about it fundamentally, but usually spinoffs are okay. One of the companies does really well, and one of them does generally all right. But what I do like about this high wave candle and the volume is same thing applies. If we take out that candle, I think we can see a little bit of buying coming into MAXN. So at least you got some free shares from the spinoff. So, cool deal, team. Tomorrow I'll be broadcasting from Statesboro, Georgia. What do you guys want to look at tomorrow? MTSI, Adobe, Okta, Can-Do, RKT, INBX, Go, NYT, GoGo, Work, AMTX, AYX, Tesla, Apple, NVTA, Activision, Juniper Networks, EW, Disney, CCOI, Netflix, Roku, Baba, EFEM, Twitter. All right. SIGA, ONEM. See if we can move some stops on that one. VIAV, Fastly, Microsoft, Baidu, First Solar. Can-Do, Square, Team, Spot, VIAV. Already got RKT on the list, and AVLR, Redfin, AIKI, and VIAC. All right, team. Cool. Looks good. Sounds good. Thanks for being here. I will see you all tomorrow. And until next time, love life, and trade it. Bye.